Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Unfortunately, I did not expect to make this video now. I thought that I will have to make it in about 2 years from now. But the circumstances surrounding our political situation oblige me and push me into making this video. For my subscribers that watch my videos, they know I was born in Romania. I lived in under a communist system where it was only one party, and the party was always right, and it was them versus us, or it was them versus whomever would have a different opinion. And it was a tyrannical, oppressive system. Now, there were not people dragged out of their houses and shot in the middle of the street, but it was a lot of pressure and auto-censorship that you would employ in order to not be, singled out and then talked to, and then, all that. The situation here in the United States, unfortunately, the signs that I can see in people's statements, I'm talking about the politicians and people in power, create a very, very sensitive antennas to start vibrating in my brain and my heart. And I know this is true for other people who came from abroad and came to live here and lived under oppressive systems themselves. I will go straight to this article that I think is very dangerous. Not the article, but what was said in the article. So this is coming from Yahoo News, and this is the title. It's from today, August 31st, 2022. MAGA Republicans are a threat to democracy, White House says. I don't think I have to read further than that, because it's obvious what's going on over here. So, with President Biden preparing to deliver a speech on the state of American democracy Thursday evening, the White House intensified its rhetorical attacks Wednesday on what it calls MAGA Republicans, Make America Great Again Republicans, who support former President Donald Trump and share many of his views. And I'm quoting, "The president thinks there's an extremist threat to our democracy." White House Press Secretary Catherine Jean-Pierre Belmondo said at the press briefing in what appeared to be a preview of the president's remarks, which he will make from Philadelphia iconic Independence Hall. So, they call this, portion of the society, a great portion of the society who voted for Donald Trump, who maybe identify with some of his ideas, an extremist threat to our. Always ask, who's us, who's our? Is your democracy the same as mine? I don't think it is. I think your notion of democracy is very different than my notion of democracy. So if you call a group of people, I'm talking about, I would say 80 million at least, who voted for President Trump, who represents Make America Great Again, that was his slogan, that means you support that person, his message. So I don't know how many were, obviously 83 million, 82 million, something like that. Let's put it 80 million adults in a country of about 300 and almost, 330, I'm stopping there, million people. So this is 80 million adults who voted. There are a portion of adults who did not vote, right? And that's another portion that did not vote for this person. So you that are in power right now, you call your opponent in a democratic system where you can have whatever cuckoo idea you want. You can have whatever cuckoo idea you want, and if you have enough people to identify with your idea, regardless how cuckoo that is, if you have enough people to vote for you in a fair, open election, then you win. That means you represent the will of that group of people. Maybe you don't win. Maybe you get to a point where you have a big mass of people supporting you and following you. How cuckoo that could be. That's part of the society. Now, if these two sides that we have here are so far away from one another in their views and beliefs and the way they think the society should be, obviously it's like it's a relationship. A man and a woman, married, and then they divorce. I don't see, this seems to be the course that the current situation appears to be. But it seems like with this little statement here, I don't think they're going to go there. But how are you going to, how should I put it, make those at least 80 million people submit to your representation of your kind of democracy, your truth? How are you going to do that? Obviously, you don't want to get to a vote and you call them extreme threat to a democracy. Now, what do you do with a threat? So let's say someone attacks you. He's a threat. What do you do? Let's say you have the means to eliminate the threat. You eliminate the threat. I think these guys in power, I think they have the means to, limit or, eliminate the threat. Remember, I have a theory of a mountain slope where up there on the top is the final person who stays over there with the bullhorn and says the exact thing they want to say, the final word, the ultimate word. But they can't say it straight from 0 to 10 to that. They can't from here jump there because they will scare people, even people who support them. So they will start with little ideas. This, we got some problem. The problem is, I think, some people who might say certain things. Then you name the things, then you name the people, then you say, what should we do? And they say, they're a threat. What's the next step after you got to point 9, where you said, that group of people is a threat? What would be the logical, voting? Conversation? Discussions? Debates? No. So they will not go to separation, they will go to solving the problem, if you know what I mean. So this is a very dangerous situation we are in here. And it's just all these signs that are, it's just a long article. I'm trying to, it's just really, I don't even have to, I don't know how they can, if you go and try to analyze the situation objectively, you would try to debate, you try to discuss, you try to put things together. They would say, no, it's irredeemable. That's it. We're too far apart. Basically, these guys called those guys the enemy of the democratic system of this country, right? The election system. The republic that functions through a democratic system of elections, of representative, elected representatives. What are we going to do? What are they going to do? Not are we going to do. What are they going to do? And these are the guys in charge. So if they can deem your political views as a threat, they can do whatever they want after that. Because a threat is a threat. And believe me, those who are on the other side of the MAGA whatever, those, and they're celebrating, remember, those hope that you're not around. They will not try to debate you. Once they got you in their head that you are a threat to democracy, to the country, and democracy is one more step to get there, what would be the solution? Re-education camps? I don't know. What would be? I personally, as I said, I thought maybe we'll get to this point where they're gonna get the point right there, where they're gonna say, we need to do this to those people. That's the last point. That's the 10. We are at 9. Right now they identify the threat, they identify the level, and they identify the subject, the subject matter, what the threat is. Democracy, our foundation, our country. They identify the group and the level. What's next? I think that they might think of acting. How will they act? What would be under the circumstances they created, saying that there's a threat, this group is a threat of an extremist threat for democracy, of our democracy? What would you think would be the proper response if you just follow the natural course of their rhetoric? I don't know. Good luck, and we'll find out, I guess. Very dangerous times we live. Very dangerous times. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.